Have you ever wanted your own TV show? Have you dreamed of showcasing your talent for the world to see? Well, now you can. Have your own TV show. You can have your own 30-minute show. Not only will you be seen in the Detroit area, but you can be viewed worldwide. Be seen on WHPR Detroit Live, Comcast Cable Channel 91, on the web at TV33WHPR.com, with the TV33 app, on Roku, Google TV, Apple TV, and on Amazon Fire TV. Act now. Time slots are limited. Sign up today and get a free replay with the purchase of your time slot. For more information, call 313-868-6612. Visit our studios and receive a free TV interview to promote your business, church, or organization by appointment only.
There's a new financial empowerment center located in the Wayne County Treasurer's Office on the 5th floor of 400 Monroe in Detroit.
If you or someone you know needs help with their finances, budgeting, and making monthly payments, the Detroit Financial Empowerment Center can help.
Wayne Metro Community Action Agency has counselors ready to provide free one-on-one counseling to help you address issues related to utility bills, taxes, and other financial matters. We can also help you improve your credit score.
Well, good morning, everyone. This is the 2nd of July morning broadcast of the weekly Ask Welfare Rights. Can't talk this morning. Ask Welfare Rights program. If you were looking for us and accidentally fell here, we're glad and hope you'll stay with us for the next hour. My name is Maureen Taylor, and I work with the Michigan Welfare Rights Organization. And I'm here with my colleague who's going to give you an official welcome, the national chair of the National Welfare Rights Union. So, Marion, would you say hello?
Hello, and it's like Maureen said, it's so good to be here with you again this morning. That means that we're feeling pretty good. Also, I want you to make sure that you look at the bottom of the screen, and it says 313. This is one of the numbers you can call in on. 313-868-4336 or 313-868-0351. And we hope that you would utilize one of those numbers numbers to be able to call in here. And because we got a lot of stuff going on in the metropolitan area that you need to be involved in and that we need to take back. So make sure you turn your TV down when you call us and start participating in what you believe this society, what are you thinking about? And let the rest of the world know, because I tell you, they're taking more and more stuff away from us.
What if you're looking on the,
the website is www.tv33. And we hope that the line kind of...
Did you read everything on the website?
Yeah.
www.tv33. I didn't hear
WHPR.com.
Yeah, I think I heard that.
So, okay, we like I said, we have a lot to do today, and we hope you open up your ears and participate, as well as the comments that we might have for you. Okay, you participate by getting involved. I wanted to say this, Maureen. This is still, back in the days when the old guy that was over the Michigan and had all those folks in knocking down our cities and stuff like that for their benefits. And at that particular time, we tried to tell people a change was coming. and looked like we were going back on the looked like we were losing our rights as far as our voters' rights, and a lot of other things they took away from our cities. And people just said, "Oh no, they can't do that." They did what the hell they wanted and when they wanted it. And we ended up with quite a few people in the state that all of us came together to fight against what was going on. But yet and still, these capitalists were able to maneuver and get what they wanted. And right now they're doing the same thing with this Proposition P. You know, you better know what you're talking about. You know, we have friends that talking about that ain't right what we telling folks, but it is right, because it's our right to decide what we want to put on the ballots and stuff like that. So you need to find out, and don't just go into the poll because
And unaware.
you're not just unaware, but I see my friend in there. I'm gonna go in there and get you, and you end up changing what you should do. Vote. You need to vote for, and that vote should be 3. What is it?
Which one?
The Proposition 4.
Proposition P.
P. Did I say 4?
Did you 4? I'm not sure where the number came from.
I don't know.
I don't know where the number came from.
Hey, I don't have Proposition 4 over where we are. But if Detroiters end up letting Proposition 4...
No. Proposition P. P.
get through, then Highland Park probably gonna be next. So let's stick together and make sure that people get out and vote the right way, and that's
Proposition P.
all right. And
All right.
how, which way we about voting? Yes or no?
We
Wait,
think
wait.
Proposition P is a good thing.
That's right.
Okay, and all those commercials on TV that say P is a problem, we
That's-
don't agree
that's a
with
lie.
that. We don't agree with that.
Uh-huh.
All right,
Did you hear that?
everybody heard it. All right, now, Marion, yesterday, yeah, the 1st of July, the governor announced a new initiative to try to get more people to get vaccinated. And so I already knew, allergies, I already knew that if there was a financial or a monetary incentive,
Yes.
people would be very, very interested in that. And this new initiative also includes folks that have already been vaccinated. So it's a lottery, is what it is. And,
And a good lottery, too.
there's a $1 million prize, and that I think that $1 million prize is going to be picked. You have to be vaccinated by the 10th of July, so you got 8 days. Then there's a $2 million sweepstake, $2 million one-time drawing, and I think that one says you have to be vaccinated before the end of the month. But the one that I think people are looking at, and everybody believes they have a chance, is there's a $50,000 drawing every day. And that drawing started, it might have started yesterday, I didn't look, but every day until July the 30th, all right? And some people may not have gotten the number, and I brought those numbers with me today. If you have access to a computer, you can go to www, you already know that part, dot my shot to win. Now what is that? MI, that stands for Michigan really. No breaks. Shot, that's the injection, SHOT, to, another T and an O, and win, WIN. So what you should have is MISHOTTOWIN.com. So myshot2win.com, and you can get registered right online for any one of those, the 1 million, the 2 million, or the $50 $1,000 every day for 30 days. Now, what if you don't have? Well, my nose is itching. Is that the one about getting some money? If your nose itch, or is that the one that you just got a dirty nose? I can't remember. All right.
You have allergies.
Yes, that's what I got. All right, just itching. All right, now, if you don't have access to a computer, you can call in your information. And here's the number to call in. The area code is 888. The phone number is 535-6136. Now it's area code 888. All right, and the number is 535-6136. So, try to win. Maybe you'll be lucky. You know, there's no telling. This is a lottery that's open to everybody in Michigan. So check it out. Maybe one of those will work for you. All right, then next, Marion, I don't know if you've been watching. Oh, I know what that is. Tim, you got to turn the air on. That's what that is. It's burning up in here. That's what it is. All right. I ain't no island woman. Marion is an island woman. She likes this kind of stuff. I don't care for it. All right. You island woman. You like all this heat. I can't stand all this.
No.
It's bad
like
for my
for
allergies.
it to be about
Right in the
that.
middle. All right. So now, this flood that happened last Friday, Marion, we were on air Friday, and that Friday night, I went to an event over in Hamtramck, and I knew things were bad because the water was coming in buckets. The windshield wipers were exhausted. They was breathing hard. And we got a lot of damage, a lot on the east side. Dearborn is just torn up. A lot of different areas of damage. Basements flooded, roof leaks, all kind of bad things. And now the first level of assistance being offered is that folks, everybody knows that they should take pictures. All right, if you don't have the right kind of camera, right kind of cell phone, you need to find somebody that can come and take some pictures in your household. And that becomes very important. Thank you, Tim. All right, that becomes very important. Then the next thing, if you've got water damage in your basement, and a lot of people do, you know, the hot water tank, Marion, if it's in the basement, the igniter is at the bottom. And then if the water came up, it might be that your igniter won't heal up. And Miss Navarre's mom-in-law, her water heater went out because that water came up about 3 feet.
Wow, that's a lot.
You know, that's what's average, but, you know, 3 feet to 4 feet. So, thank you, Tim. What happened is that they announced the number, and I don't know if you want it or not. This is for Detroiters only. Area code 313-267-8000. 267-8000, and that's the number where you call to report damage to basements because of flooding. I can hear Miss Eastside,
Oh my God.
who used to be dealing with that flooding going on the east side. But this is, they're talking about a once in 100 year event. I don't know, it's just going to keep raining for 4 or 5 more days, and looks like the water department, which is not a surprise, was not prepared.
Yeah, as usual.
Unprepared.
It's
you know.
prepared in certain neighborhoods.
You know, well, I don't know. You can't target neighborhoods when it rains 7, 8, 9 inches. You can't target neighborhoods, but you know you got all this damage. So in Detroit, that's the number you call. I don't know what the number is in some of the other communities, but this is pretty widespread, and in Wayne County.
That's the thing. That
In Wayne County. So was it 36, 38 cities in Wayne County, and a whole bunch of people, Dearborn Heights, Westland, Livonia, Detroit, Highland Park, Hamtramck, all had water damage, and a lot of it was significant. But for Detroit, 313-267-8000.
That's Detroit.
That's for Detroit. Yeah, and if you had damage, you didn't suffer any damage in Highland Park at your house, did you?
Not at my house.
All right. So I haven't heard about anybody in Highland Park suffering leaks. So
But
I didn't
if
hear
so-
that.
But
You know.
if so, you can still call that number for Detroit, and they can give you the right number.
Well, you should be calling your city council in Highland Park.
Good luck.
Whether or not you can get, you should be, if you're in Highland Park and you suffered a flood, you should be calling your city council folks so they can tell you how do you file a claim for lost properties. Okay. All right. I hope that young lady that called us last week, Marion, looking for some answers about caregivers and folks that maintenance and some of those individuals who worked through the pandemic. They've never stopped working. And that young lady that called was concerned about why she wasn't, and folks in the same circumstance weren't entitled to a bonus check or something. And she called about that, and we gave her a couple of numbers, and maybe she'll call us today to let us know if she was able to get some relief by calling whatever that agency is. We gave her the number to the ombudsman. All right. Oh boy, West Grand Boulevard. Oh, okay. Parents who have children 17 years of age or younger are entitled to a monthly additional stipend for the year. And we had that number. If your child is 6, I think it's 6, it might be 5. From 5 and under, you're eligible for $360 per week to help you with that child. So that's 5 and under. If your child is 6 to 17, you're eligible for $300 a week. You know,
Say that again?
if you're eligible, or if you have a child that's 6 to 17, the cutoff is 17 years of age. All right, and so if you got a kid in your house that is 6 to 17 years of age, you're eligible for $300 a week. Let me do the math and make sure that's right. $300 times, it might be $300 a month.
It's got
Yeah, $300 a month, not a week. All right, $300 a month. Yeah, that would be nice, because see, I'm mixing that up with the folks that are working and still able to get $300 a week. But in this case, $360 for a child 5 and under, $300 for a child 7 or older. So like if Topeka's kids were still little, you know, she would be eligible. She got 4 kids. She would be eligible for $1,200 additional dollars in a month.
We
Yeah.
don't get that, you know.
You know, well, this is for kids. And, you know, I kind of think, I'm just thinking about it now, I wonder why it wasn't the other way around. $300 for a smaller one and $360 for a bigger one. Because if a kid 6 through 17 was like my son when he was between 6 and 17, he would go into the refrigerator and there'd be a great big sucking sound with all the food in the refrigerator would just come out. You know, no, man, open that refrigerator and everything that might have been in there. Ooh-wee. But folks that are interested in that, especially if you need some help filling out the paperwork, we suggested that individuals contact the Accounting Aid Society. And that number is area code 313-556-1920. Counting Aid Society, area code 313-556-1920. And they can help file those, the documents you need to receive those tax credit payments. Tax credit payments. So now, Marion, we talked about this, you know, as we get ultra prepared for the broadcast. We said what we would do today is say a little something about the 4th of July that's coming up on Sunday, and we were talking about the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and you were going to speak on your, you know, your pick. Which one of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights did you want to speak on this morning?
On the 25th
25th article.
First of all, a lot of you've heard us talk about the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. I was shocked all of us were, that's in welfare rights, when one of our vice presidents of welfare rights ended up bringing that to a meeting and educating us years ago. And all of us was sitting there with our mouth wide open. Why we didn't learn this in school?
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it or nothing. But Dottie kept us on it.
Dottie Stevens.
Always bringing new information in, and what have you. Article. I want to let you know too. You could call the UN and ask them to send you some of these little booklets. You know, those of you that are in churches and what have you. Schools. It's good to have. We didn't have these so long. It's time for us to get some new ones. But they come in handy for struggling, for you to have a better life. But the United States never did implement it like other states, other countries did. Okay, here's the little book that ends up becoming like a Bible. Article, the one that welfare rights really got hung on, in the sense of making sure people get some of these things they have in here. We chose Article 25. You should read the whole thing. Let me go back. I passed it. Okay. Okay, here we go. Article 25. Everyone has the right to a standard of living adequate for the health and well-being of himself and his family, including food, clothing, housing, medical care, and necessary social services.
Now let's stop right there for a minute. What does that mean? What you just read? Everyone
Wait a
has
minute,
a right.
let me go on down, and then
Let's don't read it all first. Let's comment.
Well, go on.
What does that mean? To have an adequate standard of living.
Yep.
What that means is everyone has a right to have either enough income or some kind of financial resources to make certain that your health and well-being is secured. And health and well-being means you have to have food, don't you? You have to have clothing, don't you? You have to
Shelter.
have housing, don't you? Medical care, you have to have medical care. And so interested, and necessary social services. That means everything, and if you don't have it, you're supposed to go to Michigan
state.
Department of Health and Human Services to make certain that they get those things provided to you. So, okay, go ahead. And the right.
Including food, clothing, housing, and medical care and necessary social services. Remember that. And the right to security, in the event of unemployment, Maureen.
Okay.
That does not mean that given all the circumstances that people are facing out here now with hurricanes
And unemployed because of
stuff
COVID. Security.
The UN need to be in here making sure that people's rights are not violated like they have been. Who was it? One of our members, roof fell in. And
Just a minute, caller.
They should release. That's a job. You could release those workers to go out and see how the community is faring during these situations. But that has not happened.
Okay, now, Marion, let's take 1 second and remember where you are. Caller, thank you for being so patient, and thank you for calling Ask Welfare Rights. Caller, you're on the air.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Enjoy the show.
Thank you, ma'am.
Listen, Maureen, can you and Mary give
Marion.
the information where you can go have your utilities paid?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
the Wayne Metro organization. Wayne Metro. Okay, and the number is area code 313. Oh boy, 313. Oh, 388 9799. Area code
9799.
area code 313 388 9799.
Okay, because it looked like I remember you all were giving out a web page to, when I heard you talking about it before, to DTE.
Okay, DTE has a program called CERA, CERA, and that's COVID Emergency Relief Application, CERA. Now, you can go to www.dte.com, okay, and go there, and the page will come up, and then you can look for the CERA page. It'll be listed there.
CERA.
COVID Emergency Relief, and I forgot what the A stands for. I think application or something, but it's CERA, like Apple.
All right, dear.
Okay? All right, good luck, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, All right, so Marion, now you just talked about in the event of unemployment. Now, keep going. This is a great article.
Old age, other.
Oh, wait, you missed a few. After unemployment, you
No, I was,
you see where it says
said
unemployment?
housing, see, you see 25?
Right here.
I can't
So
see that more.
you said unemployment. You see where it says unemployment?
No. I'm over here.
Let me see your
20.
book.
My book is,
Look right here. Oh, that's 23.
uh-huh.
Here, you read unemployment. You didn't read the next one. That's what I'm saying.
No, well, you could have
Well, no, but you talk about unemployment. Now, what else should you be secure?
Listen, secured in the event of unemployment.
Okay.
You got a comment on that?
You commented. You made
Okay.
some good comments.
Sickness.
If you get sick.
disability.
If you get disabled.
Would.
Widowed.
Uh-huh.
Okay, your significant other passes away.
And that is key right there. I want to because I remember when our dear heart passed away. That used to live in public housing. My brain is gone again. She found out after her husband passed away. They had been separated for years. She found out later on after that. I told her, go and see if you got some money from.
Talking about Ruth?
Yeah, your money from your husband, Social Security, because she had not checked it, because she didn't know that she could get it, anything like that. And she went and found out, and there was money there for her family and herself, from his Social Security and all that type of stuff. You need to check those things. Just because you're not with the person no more, that do not mean if the person passes and don't have no other relatives and what have
Just
you.
check, yeah.
And you might have some money there waiting for you.
Now, caller, you've been very patient. Thank you for waiting, and thank you for calling Ask Welfare Rights. You're on the air, caller.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I would like to know a little bit more about that book and where I can get it.
You talking about the Universal Declaration of Human Rights?
Exactly.
Okay. Do you have access to a computer, ma'am?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you can look it up online, and you can find it online. But Marion is right. We've been carrying these for 20 years. You can go to your computer and go to United Nations /books. And you can buy this from the United Nations. And you might even be able to find a place like King's Books.
Yeah.
King's Bookstore, some of the bookstores. That it's only a couple of them left, but go to one of the bookstores that are in the Detroit or Wayne County area and get and buy one. It's worth the cost.
Yes.
I'm a veteran. It seems like a lot
Ah.
of that do
What
something.
she said?
She's a veteran. Yeah. Yeah, you got a whole lot of rights that you may not know.
They're not serving our medication right or anything.
And that's
Understood.
why,
Understood.
let me say this, one of our dear heart, it hurts. One of our members passed
Joe
away.
Green.
Not too long ago, a few months ago, and Joe, when he started trying to find out about certain activities that he should have gotten while he was in, after he left, service. And we kept telling him, stick in there, Joe, stick in there, because and then he got an attorney to represent him and everything, and the dirt around the fact that here's a person that have fought for this nation, had to
Active duty,
do
yeah.
active duty for the longest. It took him, I didn't forget how many years to get what
Yeah.
should have been coming to him.
He
Not
never
so-
did get it. It was approved, but he died first.
But yeah, he died.
Here we
first.
go.
That's awful.
The thing about it is, soldiers got to understand you fought for these rich folks and stuff like they get what they want,
And you should get what
and
you
you
want.
should be able to be
Get what you want, yeah.
And that is,
Right.
you might have some money sitting up there, and then after a period of time, they're gonna take that money and put it in the capital somewhere.
Ma'am, to follow up on any complaints you have, you might want to check with the Michigan Veterans Foundation.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I don't have the number by heart, but it's over on Grand River. And if you can't get through or you can't find anything, they don't do anything but service veterans. They don't do nothing else. And I've forgotten, I don't know the new lady's name. For the longest time, over 30 years, Tyrone Chapman was
Yes.
the executive director. And all you had to do was walk in the door and say what you needed, and he would put a team on there to make certain that you got that. Now, check with the Michigan Veterans Foundation. If that doesn't work, call us down
Welfare
at
Rights.
Welfare Rights, 313-964-0618, okay?
All right.
Thank you,
so
ma'am.
much.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right, now, Marion, there's
Old
one more of
age.
these. Yeah, we have to say something about that.
Old age.
Yeah, okay. Talk about it.
Old age
You should be secure.
or other lack of livelihood, circumstance beyond this control. And what it's saying here, motherhood and childhood, something that's almost being corrected, hood, are entitled to special care and assistance. Old age, as well as motherhood and children should be treated with respect and making sure they're being taken care of.
Now, don't say respect.
And
We say respect.
We respect.
But motherhood and childhood
That's key.
are protected.
Needs
okay.
to be protected.
Yeah. All right.
Um,
Now read that last sentence, because that's
Well, the motherhood and care. Motherhood and childhood are entitled to special Maureen care.
and
And
assistance.
assistance.
Now read the next
All
sentence.
children, whether born in or out of wedlock, should enjoy the same social protection.
Okay, now hold on a minute. Hold on just a second. Caller. Good morning, and thank you for calling Welfare Rights. Ask Welfare Rights. You're on the air, caller.
Good morning.
And good morning.
Good morning.
Linda Wheeler here with the Highland Park.
Hello, Linda Wheeler.
News.
All right, hold on just 1 second, because I've been calling you for 2 days.
Yep.
All right, but hold on just 1 second. Now, Marion, we have to say something about this protection clause for folks in old age. And for folks that don't know, I'll say this, and then we'll get our Highland Park report from our prestigious Miss Linda Wheeler. If you get to be 65 years of age and don't have a lot of money, you are categorically, without question, eligible for SSI.
Yep.
SSI stands for Social Security, that's not right.
No.
Income, but in the middle, the whole thing will come back to me. But at age 65, you don't have any other source of income. Maybe you're getting a pension, and it's not a lot. You should be applying at the Social Security office for SSI, and that's immediate. If you are a widower, we have
Oh,
kids
my
that
God,
lose
yes.
mothers and fathers. They die. They have accidents. They die of illness, and maybe the mother or the father turns out to be extremely ill, and they need long-term care. There are survivors benefits that you may be entitled to. And SSI, I remember it now. It stands for Supplemental Security Income. And with SSI, you get straight Medicaid, which means all of your health needs are now protected, along with a minimum of about $775 a month. If you're 65 and older, little bit of income, you should be going and asking for that kind of help. Miss
And
Lynn,
each child should be probably getting
each
some
child is
funds.
eligible for a certain amount. That's right.
Uh-huh.
Miss Linda Wheeler, let's get that Highland Park report.
Right. I apologize for not getting back with you, but I had a birthday on the 29th, and I had to take time out for myself, ladies. So the 29th and the 30th, I just shut down.
Said she's
But
been busy.
I'm
That's
back
why
in
she didn't go
effect
back.
now. And this is the news.
Okay.
Veto,
Your eyelash.
veto.
Left eye.
Big Gretchen
eyelash.
vetoed that legislation
eyebrow,
that the
eyelash.
that the Republicans were trying to push to get us to authorize that ACE Academy. She wrote the bill, she refused it. And that's a victory for the community.
Is that Helena?
The community called into the governor's office and says, no, we don't want to be responsible for all of the malfeasance, for all of the educational that they haven't been doing since 2018, 19, and 20.
And so it was turned down. Okay, go ahead.
So what that means is that ACE Academy is on their own.
All right, now does that mean ACE Academy? Does that mean ACE Academy is?
Education.
All right, now wait a minute. Hold on.
Linda.
Hold on. Does that mean ACE Academy more than likely is going to close that facility?
I can't really say. That's up to the state now.
Oh, it's under the state now because it.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to have to stay tuned on that one because it looks like this is an ongoing a piece of information. Certainly, the Highland Park Board of Education is going to have to come up with a backup plan. And if, in fact, this facility is closed and the students get farmed out to other places, you all should have a say in how that goes, don't you think?
Well, you know what? I'm not against them getting farmed out to other places. That's the baby prison over there in the house.
She's okay with the kids being
They've
farmed
got
out.
gangs, fights, rape, beating. They're being drugged. There are other facilities in the state of Michigan that look like a college campus.
Okay. All right. Well, my thinking is that the Highland Park Board of Education ought to have a say, ought to have some kind of a plan, some suggestions in terms of where these kids need to be shipped off to. Because I think, I know one of my concerns is I wouldn't want a kid that was born in Highland Park to be shipped to, and a kid that's committed a crime. And I wouldn't want a 15 or 14 or 13-year-old to be shipped off to Midland, Michigan, or Muskegon, or some other place that might have a wonderful educational component. But Mama still lives here, and how's she gonna get to this kid? So my thinking is that the Highland Park Board of Education ought to have something to say about where kids based or born in Highland Park, where they are sent to. What do you think about that, Miss?
That is a concern, but you also must understand, too, there are children from other parts
They're
Michigan
from Highland Park.
that are in
They
Highland
from
Park.
Highland Park, but they
Yeah.
wasn't born in Highland Park. Okay.
Yeah, well.
But
all
that
right.
Linda.
Okay, got to think about that.
I've got one more.
Oh,
When you were talking about the flood
the flood.
at Highland Park,
Uh-huh.
Representative Helena Scott, here's her phone number. This is the cutoff date for assistance if your basement flooded. Now, we got some of that, but we really got that roof. Her number here is 517-373-2276.
2276.
Yeah.
517-373-2276. And that's Representative Helena Scott.
That's her number,
she
Helena
can-
Scott's number. Yeah.
Yeah, you only have today because she wants to do this by the 4th to have all this received by the 6th of July.
That's
She
good.
also has a website too that you can also send off. But I found out it was easier for me to call.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
great.
Well, all right, Miss Wheeler, are there any parades or picnics or any other celebrations going on in Highland Park next week that we should know about?
Don't know about any parades or any picnics, but last Saturday I was privy to a conversation with the youth and the Highland Park Police Department. And that was a building of the bridge. It was a good discussion. There was a lot of meeting and finding out that everybody was human, you know.
Okay.
Sign up for what?
Okay. Marion didn't hear the last thing you said.
Well, you know, the police, I guess they had another eye to look at that these young people are young people like they used to be, or, you know, their sons or nephews and cousins. And the young people got to see that the police are just like maybe their uncle, their father, their brother. You know, that everybody was human in spite of the uniform or non-uniform. There were a lot of good connections made. And police are talking about job opportunities, not just in the police department, but for other areas for the youth.
So you said something about signing up.
I'm sorry?
You said something about signing up to be involved?
Mm.
Okay, your voice is going in and out. That's why we're straining to try to hear. But I thought you said something about the youth could sign up for this, or maybe
There's going to be ongoing discussions.
Okay.
When do they
I'll
meet?
let you know when the next one comes about. But
Yeah.
this one happened to be at Bishop Ricardo Thomas's church
Okay.
last Saturday.
Okay. Thank you very much, and
Good.
we're gonna need a calendar so that we can get some more folks in Highland Park lined up.
Also, Bishop Ricardo wants especially ladies in Ask Welfare Rights. Marion said, Bishop Ricardo says his church is always open
Yeah.
for any community event. You know, we would have the utilities workshops there. You remember, Marion, 2 and 3 years ago, where residents of Highland Park were able to receive assistance with their utilities and other things.
Yeah.
So he says his church is still open and always open for any community event that's needed to be. Just give him a call.
Yeah, he
Okay.
was telling us again this week that still is
the
open
case.
to us and other folks. That's nice too.
Now, Miss Linda, let me ask a question. Sometimes on Fridays when I'm on my way to the station, when I leave at 11 o'clock, there's a line of cars on Manchester. And usually the line of cars are 2 and 3 and 4 blocks long. Do you know what that activity is? It's always on a Friday. It could be other days of the week, but on Fridays is when I see it. And folks are lined up and they're going west on Manchester. And get
The
to
cars are?
let me think. The first, they get to second, and then the cars start turning right. Do you know what that
I ain't
activity
never
is?
seen that one.
I sure don't, but I sure will go
Okay,
by,
we got
drive
to
by
go
and
out
look.
and find out.
Yeah, because I've asked a couple of folks and nobody knows what that is. Okay.
Now you say the cars are pointed west.
It's always on a Friday, not every Friday, but cars are on Manchester Street and to Second, and then you know where that housing development is right there. The cars turn right, and I thought it was a food distribution activity, but I don't know. And I ask people when I see it again, I'll bring it up.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Thank you, Miss Wheeler, and as usual, thank you for your outstanding, spot-on report.
Thank you for your service as well and your great television show and your family and friends, and just enjoy this weekend.
Yes.
So,
All right.
are you cooking, Linda?
No.
Let's move on. Thank you, Miss Wheeler. Somebody trying to get in your front door. Okay. Thank you so very much, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
All right,
The
goodbye.
people that used to cook for us decided to pass away.
You know, 313-868-4336, 868-0351, or 868-0342. This question of old age and this question of resources, and you know the whole piece around supplemental security income, which is SSI, and a lot of people that get it, and that's the only income. I know folks that have been on welfare and different kind of disability programs, and the only thing that they have left at age 65 is $500, $600 a month, and that's what they have to live on. And they go over to supplemental security income, SSI, and $200 or $300 additional dollars are made available. And then the complaint is, I have a food stamp card, and I used to get $180 a month for my food stamps. And once I started getting SSI, my food stamp amount got cut down to $16. And we hear that a lot. And Marion is always given the absolute best advice about that. Anytime there is a reduction, a change in a benefit that you were getting that hurts you, you are supposed to make an inquiry. You're supposed to file a hearing. You're supposed to contact the worker, if that's the case, and get something in writing sent to your house so that you could look and see how they calculated what your food stamp should be. And there are a lot of mistakes made, lots of mistakes.
yeah.
Go ahead, Mary.
You know, if you are eligible for food stamp and it look like you meet the criteria, and you ask the worker, you know, about how much I'm gonna get or something like that, and they don't tell you, you got a right to do exactly what Maureen is saying, because we have ran into situation where one woman, and I always keep this because this woman died not too long after that. She was trying to take care of her mother, who was dying out, you know, in the South somewhere, trying to make it there to see her mother, her and her kids. But in the meantime, before her mother passed away, the lady had also taken on the responsibility of her sister who had children, and she passed away. So in essence, she had about 12 kids, that's including her kids, that she had to be responsible for. And she was wondering if she was eligible for food stamp because she was catching hell from the Department of Health and Human Services, telling her that she could not have the vacant lot next to her house. I took the case,
All them rules changed.
and what happened was, not only was she entitled to the land next to her house, and the Department of Health and Human Service could not,
Budget her. That's what they were
you know,
doing,
they were
budgeting
trying to
against her
say, you know, she had extra
income. They trying
and
to say it
stuff,
was
which
income
was
producing.
incorrect. And what we ended up doing, we figured out how much she would be owed, And we went to the Department of Health and Human Services. At that time, it was called the Welfare Department. And we found out, and she was given $2,000 back food stamps at that time. Now, that we would have to sit down and look at your particular case, but at the same, don't take what the worker say all the time. Well, the worker said, well, why didn't you stick with the worker, and why are you down here at Welfare Rights? We're here to represent our section of the class. Why would you be telling us what the worker said, but you here? Think, because the worker don't know all the time.
A lot of times there are mistakes being made. We got a call at the office yesterday. Somebody else took it. And this call, Mary, was about land bank.
Oh,
And
Lord,
there
have
was a
mercy.
young man that called into the office and said they had gotten on the list to bid for properties that were owned by the land bank. And this man said he had made a bid. They have rules. In order to be involved with the land bank, you have to have X amount of dollars in the bank, and your credit score's got to be here, and all these different rules, right? Your taxes, all kinds of stuff. So this young man was prepared to make a bid, and I guess he made a bid, and then was waiting to see if this was an auction. Was waiting to see if his bid was the highest bid, which meant he would have gotten the property. Well, what he said is that the bank called, his credit union called, and said something about somebody tried to access some money from your account, and we stopped them. And so they were calling Welfare Rights to see if Land Bank could do that. And right away, it didn't take us but a couple of seconds. That wasn't the bank calling you. That's somebody else, these scam artists calling you. There's a whole scam with Michigan First Credit Union. And I know family members has been caught up in this nightmare. And what it is that Michigan First works with some of those PayPal apps. So Cash App and Zelle and some of these other applications, so that you can have money out of your account put into one of these Cash applications. It's not application, Cash App, one of these devices. And you can draw your money out from there as opposed to going to the credit union. Well, we got a lady, 81 years old. She was on TV yesterday. And her phone rang. She looked, and it said Michigan First on the phone. They're good like that now. They could say Chase. It could say First Independence National Bank. It could say DTE calling on your phone. And the person who was calling said you're eligible to get the Zelle, Zelle, Cash App. And you're entitled to it because you got this kind of money. Okay, you got this kind of money. And so from now on, if you approve it, yes, I do, you can get the Zelle app, you can get the app and use it to withdraw money, and you don't have to go to the credit union. So she said, okay. And of course, here come the trick. We need to just verify you are who you say you are. I have your name. What is your street address? It said Michigan on her phone. So she gave her street address and whatever else they wanted to know. Now, let's just say this. If the bank is calling you to tell you, oh, Maureen, you have got such a wonderful credit rating. I don't. But you got such a wonderful credit rating that we're going to give you a slam dunk credit card. Okay, I'm happy about that. And you've got $20,000 you can use that card for. Oh, boy, am I happy about that. Well, look here, Miss Taylor, we need to verify that you are who you say you are. Now, what's your name again? Maureen Taylor. Now, what's your address? Wait a minute. If you called it from the bank, don't you have my address? We want to verify your account. Now, why don't you just read me the first 6 numbers, You don't have but 7 numbers of your account. But why don't you read me the first 6 numbers so I can make sure that you are Maureen Taylor, the one that is going to be eligible for this $20,000. So I give the account number over the phone instead of thinking, gee, if this is the bank calling me, you should have your address. You should have my account number. You should have my zip code. You're supposed to have all those things. Who is this on the phone? And this lady, you know, just not thinking, 81 years old, she gave the information, and within 2 or 3 hours, $4,000 had been taken out of her account. $1,000 4 times. All right. She called the bank. They said, we're going to look into this right away. She feel good about it. Couple weeks go by, she calls the bank back, or the credit union back, Michigan First. So we talked about over here in Wyoming. She calls back, and they say, well, we did find out that the crooks are coming out of Zelle. There might be some crooks in the bank that led you in that direction, but you have to get your money back from the Zelle Cash App group. And we helped you with that, and we got out of the $4,000 that was taken, we got the first $35. And we put that $35 back into your account. Stop it. Stop it. If somebody calls you and said, look, this is DTE, and you've got 45 minutes before we shut your service off because of non-payment, and you didn't pay last month, the month before, and click this line. Hang up.
There's another one.
Hang up. Wait a minute, let me finish this DTE thing. We've got members of welfare rights that got tricked into that one.
Yeah.
Okay? Calling up some of our seasoned members, and they in a panic. They trying to get money, get the bank account numbers, and just so happened to call Marion, and one called me. And we told them that's a scam. DTE not calling you, talking about they gonna turn your service off. If DTE was coming to turn your service off, they're not gonna call you in advance. They're gonna go in your basement or behind your house and say, snip, snip, you're off. So stop all that. These are scams on the bank, scams at credit unions, scams, utilities, scams, water department. You better pay your bill right now, or we're going to shut your water off and you have to pay $150 to get it back. Those are scams.
That's why all of you need to be a member of Michigan Welfare Rights to learn learn all that. So, you know, it's we're you know, our number is
868-0618, 868-0618, and you've got 12 seconds to say goodbye. It went fast today.
all right. We're looking forward to the next week to be back here with you. Please don't let nobody scan you out of any money. We ain't hardly got no money.
Yeah, keep what you have. Lord willing, the creek don't rise. We'll be back next Friday. This weekend is a holiday. That means don't take your trash out on the same day next week. Take it out the next day. Calling off. Call us at Welfare Rights if you need us. And at the end of the day, what we always say, be safe, be careful, and goodbye.
There's a new financial empowerment center located in the Wayne County Treasurer's Office on the 5th floor of 400 Monroe in Detroit.
If you or someone you know needs help with their finances, budgeting, and making monthly payments, the Detroit Financial Empowerment Center can help.
Wayne Metro Community Action Agency has counselors ready to provide free one-on-one counseling to help you address issues related to utility bills, taxes, and other financial matters. We can also help you improve your credit score.